I've never been one to pay attention to local politics, but the ongoing saga here has brought me into the fold.
With age comes wisdom, and the Lamarque City Council was about to get an earful from 70-year-old Sharon Sellers.
If we're to pull this community back together, we have to stop this insanity. People have a right to redress their government. Their government does not have a right to punish them for it. Thank you.
After an ugly war on social media, voters in this Galveston County town had gotten way more than the signatures they needed to recall Mayor Keith Bell.
I think that the corruption has got to come to an end. And if they don't think they're corrupt, then they really need to get therapy.
Now there are accusations someone at Lamarque City Hall tried to play games with the recall petitions. We've learned 8 critical pages of signatures were missing when they were turned in to the county tax assessor, Cheryl Johnson, to certify they were accurate. Once confronted, the city clerk admitted the mistake, but just a few days later, something far worse happened. The petition appeared online on a Facebook page called the Neo-Narrative, a supporter of Lamarque City Councilwoman Kim Yancey. It included the personal information of the folks who had voted to recall the mayor, including their phone numbers, dates of birth.
If the city clerk didn't do this, then who in this city allowed these people to see it? Which one of y'all did it? It's against the law.
Some people that signed the petition had contacted some of us that were running the petition and said that they were getting text messages and phone calls from council people.
Multiple police reports have been filed alleging intimidation of voters. And now we know the name of one of the public officials making those phone calls. Councilwoman Kimberly Yancey, who has claimed over and over again that racism is behind the recall. Did you view it as a threat, intimidation?
I feel like yes.
Because, public officials aren't supposed to do that.
And whatever you choose, that nobody should call you and try to intimidate you for choosing that. Nobody should be able to call you and try to coerce you into changing your mind.
The Dickinson NAACP has focused its fire on Joseph Lowry, who already led the successful tax rollback election in Lamarque. You've seen the protests outside his house, accusing him of being a racist.
It's just one of the tools they use to divide the people. There's racism everywhere. There's an element of racism everywhere. But what we're dealing with here is not racism. The people are standing up.
I also watched the videos on Facebook about those two celebrating the election win.
Facebook Live, yeah, baby. Landslide. Celebrate safely.
Sharon Sellers is talking about the videos on our Dolce Fino Consulting Facebook page. It showed that Joseph Lowry had actually supported Bell for mayor after the two came together to feed Lamarque residents during last year's freeze.
Good. Trying to help the community out. Mr. Bell's been a huge impact with that.
But Lowry turned on the mayor after claiming he plotted public corruption.
The man is a liar. I'll say that. He's a liar. He's shady and he's corrupt.
Now a big chunk of Lamarque voters want Bell gone.
Historically, people get recalled. They honor that. They step down. They take the high road.
The mayor on many occasions has said that he's all for democracy and for the people to speak. Well, democracy has spoken. The people have spoken.
I'm not resigning. I'm moving this city forward. I'm going to continue to lead this city forward into better days.
So folks in Lamarque will likely be bombarded by more nastiness for months on social media, including posts by Mandalyn Salazar, a top official in the Dickinson NAACP. You've seen her blast Lowry for his negative attacks on social media.
He has used social media and weaponized it.
Yet Salazar deserves an award for hypocrisy. She went after me on Facebook the other day, quoting, "This man has made awful videos of city officials and painted Lamarque very negatively. Actually, Miss Salazar, our videos weren't about the citizens of Lamarque at all. We busted the mayor for not telling the truth during his campaign, hiding political contributions."
Who told you that your campaign reports were wrong?
Like I said, I love you, Mr. Deltrafino. I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Chief, did you just imply...
I don't want to talk to you, so you got to leave me alone. I'm going to charge you with harassment.
All right, you charge me with harassment, Chief. Go for it. And we almost got arrested for simply trying to ask the police chief a question. Then we posted his threat to withhold police service to citizens in Lamarque who didn't support the mayor.
You need to jump aboard and support your police department and not talk bad about us, because we're the only game in town.
He should have been fired that day. But hey, Miss Salazar, at least we kept our fire on public officials. After the Lamarque City Council meeting the other day, my crew stopped down the street to support local business at Benito's Mexican restaurant. The owner later posted a picture of me and my beef enchiladas. And then, Miss Salazar, you attacked him. Quoting, "Another reason why we shouldn't come to your restaurant. Your food is awful to begin with, but this will do it." That's nice. Attack an Hispanic business owner whose family has run a restaurant in Lamarque for more than half a century. Quoting, "Who cares that this man ate at his restaurant?" a guy named James wrote back. "You're always on the page about how this man Lowry attacks and harasses, but you just turn around and do the same thing. Laughable. Practice what you preach." Actually, Miss Salazar, the enchiladas were great. Go visit my friends at Benito's and send a message to bullies.